Business Objects 4.3 has arrived, and a much cleaner, easier way to navigate through the Launchpad. You'll see a number of tiles, folders, documents, instances up there. New areas like favorites, the ones we're used to, like recent documents and my recently run documents, and then the applications down the bottom. The folders tile, very similar to what you're already used to, easy to navigate around, and a list of documents I've got available to me. To the right hand side, everything's done via the ellipse buttons with the options to view, modify, schedule, all things that you're used to. I do like the new tile for documents. It gives me a list of all of my documents that you can sort by title, type, or last update there. Back to the home page. The instances tile, much better than we're used to because it will show a list of all the instances and documents that have scheduled instances available to you. And again, easy way of opening up on any of these to have a look at that schedule instance. Just go back to the home page. They've also got a different way of flagging documents as favorites. So if I click on the documents tile, you will see to the right hand side the ellipse buttons again, and I can just mark a document as a favorite, and back in the home page it will appear as a tile showing me exactly which documents I've chosen as favorites. Much better than we're used to. To open a document, I can simply click on that document, either choose view, modify, or if I click on the tile itself, it will open the document for me. And here's a document I've created earlier. It's made up of a number of different queries in the background. You will note a change. The report tabs are along the top. And we just, as we used to, click on the different tab for the documents. And it will open up the report tabs that I choose. All the charts we're used to, still looking good. With what we call element linking, and this works much better. So if I want to drill down to my females, I can click on that sector and it will drop me down and filter the rest of those out based on females. You can choose multiple sectors to drill down on and clear them by clicking them on those again. And it will bring back the core data that we started off with. Again, menu options tidied up, much cleaner along the top. So the ability to print, export is up there. Drill down is up there. Track data changes. Again, all the things we're used to. Your page navigation is now down the bottom with the ability to zoom in, zoom out. So again, much cleaner. To refresh, it's just underneath the word data there. And again, just as we're used to, click away on it and it will go and refresh that document for me, bringing it back up to date. So again, I think it's a much cleaner way of navigating around a document. In terms of editing that document, it's now called edit as opposed to design. But if I click on the edit button on the top right hand side, again, you'll note the tabs are along the top, the report tabs. The menu bar has changed slightly, but again, still very easy to navigate around. All the things you're used to up there. Analyze, drill, track data changes, display options. But one major change, everything is to the right-hand side now. So your available objects are over there on the right-hand side, navigating through the document. Any formatting is done on the right-hand side. So you click on a column or a table and you've got your formatting. A lot of it in here can also be done with the right mouse click, again, as we used to. But if I just open up the formatting button, the spanner on the top right hand side, it opens up another side panel. Again, something I do like, if I wanted to change the order, we're used to dragging and dropping, but you can click on any of these objects and just drag them around into a different order, and you'll notice on the left hand side that column has now changed to a different order, wherever you choose to place these. Nice simple drag and drop option there. In terms of formatting any cell, it's done by the paintbrush, and it's broken down into, again, areas we're used to, but appearance setting, text settings, down into things like auto fit. So it's just a matter of getting used to where all the different settings are. Click on a header, you'll see the right hand side changes. So you would format the header, click on the table, and again, we're down into table settings. In terms of adding new objects into this panel, we click on the build, click on the spanner so that we can see that, and you can drag and drop either into the report itself, or you can drag and drop into the box, as you can see under there, and it would add that column into that table. So again, different options. I personally think it's a lot cleaner. One other major thing to be aware of is the ability to create documents based on a Webby report, and I'll take you through that in just one moment. But just before we leave that, reassure everybody, the query panel hasn't changed an awful lot. It still looks the same, it still works the same. The only thing you're going to have to get used to is slightly different icons. The yellow funnel's gone. It's a very sort of black and white look to it now. The icon for dimensions and for details has changed. But in terms of the way it works, it's still exactly the same. Now back to that thing I mentioned before, the ability to create a new document based on a Webby report. So what you can do is build a Webby document, and that can be made up of a number of different queries. So it might be quite complex. You may also in that document have a number of variables that you build. We now have the ability to create a Webby document, and it'll ask you where you want to get it from. We're used to Universe and Excel, but we can now choose Web Intelligence document. And if I navigate to a folder that I've got an existing document in, and if I choose that document we've been looking at, it's made up of 3 different queries. If I click on open, the query panel has now opened up all the objects available to you within that document. And if I just add them all across, I can then run that query. And when it completes, you will see that we've got all the available objects that were in that previous document. And this is a huge benefit. There's the first hit at it. You'll see the various tables that it builds out of that. But more importantly, on the right hand side, there are all the objects and variables available from that document, a number of variables down the bottom, and that can be saving you an awful lot of time. Rather than having to rebuild that each time, you create what we call a data model in that first Webby document, and then just call it up and make that available within your new document. Big fan of that. So there's lots to get used to, but more importantly, there's lots of things that I find you're going to find very useful. Big changes. We haven't had a major change like this for many a year, and I think they've done one hell of a job. Thank you very much.